The room was loud. Lights flashed. People talked in fast, excited voices. Everyone seemed to belong except her. Ana de Armas sat at the far end of the hall, alone, her back against a plain white wall. The celebration had long begun. It was the wrap party for a major film, but she wasn't smiling. She wasn't even trying. She held a glass of water in her hand but hadn't taken a sip in over 20 minutes. Her dark hair hung loose over her shoulders and her dress so elegant. Just hours ago, felt like a costume. She stared at the floor like it held all the answers. But the truth was, she didn't know what she was doing anymore. It wasn't about this movie, or the last one. It was the slow ache that had been building inside her for months. The doubt. The feeling that she had given everything and maybe, just maybe, she wasn't enough. Just then, footsteps. Soft, but steady. Not rushed like the others. Someone was coming closer. She didn't look up until she heard the voice. It was low, calm, kind. "You don't have to smile tonight if you don't feel like it." Ana looked up. Her eyes widened. Slightly, it was Keanu Reeves, dressed in black, hands tucked into his coat pockets, standing just a few feet from her. He looked at her with the gentlest expression, like he wasn't judging. Like he understood. "I'm fine," she whispered. Automatically, "No, you're not," he said. "But that's okay." There was a long pause. She didn't know what to say. No one ever said that to her before, not in Hollywood. Here, you were supposed to smile, be strong, be perfect. "Why are you even here?" she asked quietly, still, not quite meeting his eyes. "Because I saw someone sitting alone," he replied, "and I know how that feels." Ana let out a soft breath. Not quite a laugh, not quite a sigh. "You're Keanu Reeves," she said. "People don't leave you out." He sat down beside her, slowly, like he wasn't in a rush to be anywhere else. "You'd be surprised," he said. "People see the name the movies, but they don't always see the person." Ana turned her head, just enough to look at him fully. For the first time, her eyes weren't glassy or guarded. "What do they miss?" she asked. He smiled slightly. "The moments. Like this? The ones that really matter?" She was quiet again. Then, after a pause, she asked something she hadn't asked anyone in years. "Do you ever think about quitting?" Keanu looked ahead, then slowly nodded. Double quotes, "Yes, more than once. But something always brought me back." "What was it?" "Someone reminded me why I started," he said. "Someone saw me, not just the actor, but the man. And they didn't try to fix me. They just sat beside me until I could breathe again." Ana swallowed hard. She didn't even notice the single tear that rolled down her cheek. "I don't know if I can keep doing this," she said. "Then don't," Keanu replied. "Not like this. Find your reason again, your real one. And if you can't find it tonight, that's okay. But don't let the world take it from you." His voice wasn't loud. It wasn't even dramatic. It was calm, quiet, full of something deeper than sympathy-respect. They sat there in silence. The noise of the party faded into the background. For the first time in weeks, Ana didn't feel like she had to wear a mask, and without knowing why. She whispered, "Thank you." Keanu didn't nod, didn't smile. He just said, "You don't owe me anything. But when you're ready, tell me what story you want to tell. Not the one they expect, but the one only you can tell." At him, "I don't know it yet. Then we'll find it," he said. Ana didn't know if it was a promise. Somehow it felt like hope. The next morning, Ana woke up early. The sky outside her apartment window was still pale gray, and the city hadn't yet started its noise. She sat on the edge of her bed, still in her robe, holding a cup of tea with both hands. It was quiet. Too quiet, but not heavy like before. Something had changed. Keanu's single quotes' words from last night kept replaying in her mind. "Find your reason again." She hadn't told anyone how empty she had been feeling inside. How each role, each red carpet, felt more like a mask than a dream. She had started acting because stories moved her. Emotions. Now, it all felt scripted, clean, fake. But sitting beside Keanu last night, that was the first time someone had seen past her smile. And more than that, he didn't offer fake advice. He offered presence. Her phone buzzed. One new message from Keanu, no rush. But if you want to talk today or walk or say nothing. Around, she stared at the screen for a long second. Then replied, I'd like to walk. They met near the hills where the city faded and the sky felt bigger. Keanu wore the same black coat, hands in his pockets. Same quiet smile. You didn't have to come, Anna said as they started walking along the path. Neither did you, he replied. They walked in silence at first, just the sound of their shoes on the dirt trail and the wind brushing through the grass. I used to walk a lot when I was younger, Anna said. When things got too loud inside me? Same, Keanu said. Walking clears the static. They kept moving, slowly, past trees and wooden benches. Finally, Anna spoke again. You said someone reminded you why you started. He nodded. Years ago, before the world saw me the way it does now. Who was it? A friend. Not famous, not rich. But they believed in me when I didn't. Anna looked ahead. I don't think I have someone like that. You might, he said gently. Or maybe you haven't let them see you yet. They stopped at a small overlook where the hills opened up to the city view. Anna sat on a bench and stared down at the skyline. I'm scared, she admitted. Scared that I'm just pretending to be someone they'll love. And if I stop pretending, they'll walk away. Keanu sat beside her. Not too close, not too far. You know what I've learned, said. The right people stay when you're honest. The wrong ones leave. But that's not a loss. It's clarity. Anna didn't speak for a while. Her eyes followed a plane as it cut across the clouds. Do you ever feel tired of it all? Yes, Keanu answered. But then I remember why I do it. Not for the noise, not for the awards, but for the quiet moments that remind people they're not alone. She turned to him. You do that, you know? Remind people? Keanu looked surprised. Then he smiled. So do you, he said. Anna shook her head. Not lately. You still can, he said. But not by being perfect, by being real. The wind grew a little colder. Anna pulled her coat tighter. I've been offered a new script, she said quietly. A big one. Action. Sci-fi. Global release. Everyone says I should take it. Do you want it? Is it? Keanu asked. Anna hesitated. It's safe. Isn't always honest, he said. What does your heart want to do? She didn't answer. Not yet. Because deep down, she didn't know. Keanu stood up and looked out over the city. If you ever want to write something together, he said softly, something different, something true, I'd be open. Anna blinked. You'd write with me. Why not? He shrugged. You're not just an actress. You're a storyteller. I can see it. Even if you can't yet. For a moment, all the noise inside her went still. I don't know how, she said honestly. We'll figure it out, he replied. Together, a small smile touched her lips. Not the fake kind, but the red carpet kind. It was small, soft, but real. They walked back down the hill slowly, the sky turning blue above them. And for the first time in months, Anna didn't feel like she had to rush. Anna spent the next few days mostly at home. She turned down events, skipped meetings, and avoided scrolling through social media. Her agent wasn't happy, but she didn't care. For the first time in years, she was trying to listen to something. She had long ignored her own silence. She kept thinking about Keanu's words. You're not just an actress, you're a storyteller. But what story did she want to tell? That question followed her everywhere. In the kitchen while she made tea, in the living room when she sat staring at her old film posters, in bed at night, when the world was quiet but her thoughts were not. On the third night, her phone buzzed again, from Keanu still thinking about the story. Walk with me tomorrow? Anna replied. Yes, please. They met early, before sunrise. Keanu brought coffee this time. He handed her a cup without saying anything dramatic. It's just a simple, you like it black, right? Anna nodded. You remember? They walked down a quiet street in the hills. Birds were just starting to sing. The sky glowed pink and orange at the edges. I tried to write something last night, Ina said softly, but everything I typed felt fake. Keanu sipped his coffee. Good. That means you noticed. Noticed what? The difference between writing what people expect and writing what's true? Anna frowned. But what is true? I don't even know anymore. They stopped beside a bench with a view of the city below. The streets were still empty. Keanu sat down. Start simple. What hurts? Anna hesitated. The question was too real. Too raw, but slowly she answered. It hurts that I'm always smiling when I'm not okay. It hurts that people talk about me more than they talk to me. It hurts that I give everything to a scene, and later someone online calls it average. Without knowing what it took, Keanu nodded, didn't interrupt, just listened. It hurts, Anna continued, her voice shaking, that I don't know who I am when I'm not on a set. Silence. Then Keanu leaned back slightly, looking up at the lightning sky. That's your story, he said. That pain, that honesty, people need to hear it. Anna looked at him, but it's not pretty, it's not inspiring. Yes, it is, he said, because it's real. Because someone out there feels the same and they think they're alone. Anna wiped a tear quickly. I don't want to be seen as weak. You won't, he said gently. You'll be seen as human. That's stronger than any mask. A moment passed. Birds flew overhead. Would you really help me write it? She asked. Keanu nodded. I already am. And I looked down at her hands. I've never done this before. I mean, writing from myself. From truth. Then this is the perfect time to start, he said. We'll meet once a week. No pressure. Just two people trying to make something honest. She smiled. It felt shaky, but hopeful. You really believe in this? Keanu looked at her and said quietly, I believe in you. Those words hit something deep inside her, not because of who said them, but because of how, calmly, truthfully, with no agenda, they sat there until the sun rose completely. Light flooded the streets, the city began to stir, and Anna, for the first time, didn't feel like just an actress waiting for her next role. She felt like a person with something real to say. Over the next few weeks, they met often. Parks, quiet cafes, or on empty studio lots late at night. They filled notebooks with scenes, thoughts, moments. It wasn't perfect. Some days Anna wanted to quit. Some pages felt like nonsense. But Keanu never pushed. He just sat with her, listened, and reminded her that even bad writing was part of the process. You're not trying to impress. He said, once you're trying to express. Anna kept those words taped to her mirror. One night they sat outside. A diner, their notebooks open. Coffee cold. Anna read a scene she had written a moment about a girl pretending to laugh while breaking inside. When she finished, Keanu was quiet. Then he looked up and said that's the scene that'll stay with people. Anna's eyes welled up. I don't even know where it came from, she whispered. From the place you've been hiding, he said, but now you're letting it speak. Anna looked down, overwhelmed. This might be the bravest thing I've ever done, she said. Keanu smiled. And you're not doing it alone. The weeks passed slowly, but something inside Anna was waking up. Her apartment, once filled with silent tension, now held scattered notebooks, pages taped to walls, and coffee mugs left beside open laptops. Late nights were no longer filled with self-doubt, but with purpose. Keanu visited often. It's always bringing something thoughtful, a book, an old film, a quiet smile. Sometimes they didn't even write. Sometimes they just talked, and those talks often became the heart of new scenes. One rainy evening, they sat near her window, and the sound of soft drops against the glass made the room feel smaller, safer. Do you ever wonder if we'll finish this? Anna asked, flipping through one of their notebooks. It doesn't matter, Keanu said gently. What matters is that we're doing it, creating something honest. But what if it never gets made? Then we'll still have told the truth. To ourselves, he said. And that's already rare in this world. Anna stared at him. The simplicity of his answer disarmed her. You make it sound so easy. It's not easy, he replied. But it's worth it. But she nodded, then quietly asked, Has anyone ever broken you? Keanu didn't speak right away. He looked out the window, watching the rain trail down. Yes, he said softly. More than once. Anna waited. Not pushing, just being there. But pain doesn't mean you stop, he continued. Just means you carry a few more pieces. That night, Anna wrote one of her strongest scenes yet. A woman standing on a balcony, staring at a city that forgot her name. A single voice behind her simply says, "I see you." By the end of the month, they had 30 pages written.
Oh.
It wasn't a full script yet, but it was alive. More real than anything Anna had done in years, she shared a few pages with her agent. His reply was quick and cold. "This isn't marketable. No action, no glamour, not what they want from you." Anna stared at the message. Something inside her sank. She thought about deleting everything. Closing the notebooks. Forgetting the whole thing. But then her phone buzzed. From Keanu. "How did it feel to write that last scene?" Anna looked at the pages again. Not the agent's message. The scene. The one she had poured herself into. She replied, "Honest." "Like breathing again," Keanu answered instantly. "Then it matters. No one else needs to get it right now." You did. Days later, something unexpected happened. Keanu shared the same scene with a director he trusted. Someone quiet. Someone who loved stories more than sales. The director asked to meet Anna. They sat in a small corner of a bookstore. No contracts, no buzzwords. It's just 3 people and a stack of raw emotional pages. The director looked at her and said, "This isn't just good. It's needed." Anna blinked. "You really think so?" He said, "This is the story people don't realize they've been waiting for." For the first time, Anna felt a door open, not because she smiled for it, not because she performed, but because she told the truth later that night. Keanu and Anna walked under the streetlights, both quiet. "How do you feel?" he asked. Anna smiled gently. But not because of lights or cameras. Because of words. Because someone finally heard them. Keanu nodded. "You did something brave, Anna." "No," she said. "We did." He stopped at a quiet spot beneath a tree. The wind rustled gently through the leaves. "Do you ever wonder," Anna asked, "what would have happened if you didn't sit beside me that night?" "I don't have to wonder," Keanu said, "because I was always going to." Anna looked at him. "Why?" "Because I saw someone sitting alone," he said simply. "I know how that feels." Anna never imagined the first table read of their script would feel so personal. No stage, no lights, no lights. Just a quiet studio room with folding chairs, a few pages in hand. In a small circle of people who believed in something raw and real, Keanu. Read the supporting character lines with a calm, steady voice. Anna read the lead. Her voice trembled at first, then steadied, and deepened. Each word felt like a scar opening, each scene a truth exposed. She wasn't acting. She was remembering. The scene where the woman finally breaks down in the mirror. It had been pulled straight from one of Anna's worst nights months ago, alone in her apartment. Tears falling silently as she wiped off her makeup. She reached that part during the read and almost stopped. But Keanu looked up from across the circle, eyes steady, and gave her the smallest nod. Not to push, just to remind her, "Sure, safe," she continued. By the end, there was silence. No applause, just stillness. The kind that comes when something real has happened. The director slowly closed his copy of the script. "This is not just a film," he said quietly. "This is a mirror, and people need to see themselves in it." Anna blinked back tears. "I was scared it wouldn't matter." "It matters," he said, "because you told the truth. Truth always finds someone who needs it." Next 2 weeks, the project moved forward. Slowly, carefully, and without noise. No big announcements, no flashing headlines. Just honest work. INA met with a few new producers. Many turned it down. Too small, too emotional, not commercial enough. But 2 of them said yes. It's not because of the money, but because they believed in the heart of it. "We've seen enough action," one said. "We need something that feels." Again, Anna left the meeting stunned. Her voice, her pain, her heart had finally become something worth listening to. But then, a twist she didn't expect. A major studio one she had worked with before, a huge lead role in. A blockbuster, glamorous, global, high pay. There was only one condition. She would have to delay her small film by at least a year. Maybe more, her agent called, excited. This is it, he said. This is the move that puts you on top. Do the small movie later. This is your chance. Anna sat with the offer in silence. She wasn't sure how to feel. Later that night, she told Keanu. They sat in the quiet corner of a rooftop garden. City lights blinking in the distance. Everyone says I'd be stupid not to take it, she whispered. Keanu looked at her, not judging. What do you say? He asked. Anna paused. I say, I'm tired of playing someone else's dream. I want to tell mine. Then you have your answer, Keanu said. But I'll lose people. Fans, money, maybe even future roles. Maybe, he said softly, but you won't lose yourself. And that's harder to get back. Anna looked away. Her throat tightened. I'm scared. That means you're doing something honest, he said. Truth isn't loud, it's brave. The next morning, Anna sent her answer. She turned down. The blockbuster within hours. Headlines exploded. Ana de Armas drops out of major project, fans shocked career mistake or creative move. Sources say actress wants more control over roles. The noise returned. But this time, Anna didn't run from it. She turned off her phone, walked outside, and met Keanu at a quiet coffee shop. He slid a small notebook across the table. To her, on the cover, written in his handwriting, Your story matters. Anna opened it. Blank pages. What is this?
Ass.
A second project. Keanu said. Your next one, after this film. Not because you have to, because you can. On us. Chest tightened. You really think there's a next one for me? Keanu smiled. I know there is. Because you're not chasing fame. You're chasing truth. And people always come back to truth. Anna closed the notebook gently. Her hands didn't shake this time. Then let's write it, she whispered. We already are, Keanu said. The first day of filming came without fanfare. No red carpet, screaming fans, no studio pressure. It's just a small crew, a handheld camera, and a quiet set deep in the hills outside the city. Anna stood in front of the mirror in the scene. The same one she had written weeks ago. No makeup, no wardrobe glamour. It's just her in a plain white shirt, staring at her reflection. She took a breath. Then another. Action, the director whispered. Anna began the scene. She said no lines at first, just looked at herself. Then, slowly, her voice cracked through the silence. I don't know who I am anymore, she whispered, but I'm trying. When the scene ended, there was no applause. Just the sound of the director quietly saying, cut, and then a long still pause. People wiping their eyes, boom operator whispering that felt like my own story. Anna sat down on a bench at the edge of the set, looking out at the sky. Keanu came over. No rush in his steps. No big expression, just his usual calm. You okay? He asked. Anna nodded, but her eyes were wet. I didn't think this would feel like healing. Keanu sat beside her, but it does. Yes. She said it feels like ... letting go. For the next few weeks, the film came together, scene by scene. Each moment layered with truth, no big effects, no fake tears, just real emotion. Written from her own lived moments and shared in complete honesty, they worked through laughter, through silence, through days when the lines came easy and nights when they didn't come at all. Keanu never rushed her. He showed up every time, and soon. Something amazing happened. A rough cut of the film was screened at a small festival a room of 50 people. No press, no photographers, just human beings, sitting in chairs, watching a story unfold. When the film ended, the room didn't clap right away. Instead, they sat in silence like they were still inside the story, holding their own truths in their hands. Then, slowly, someone stood and clapped. Then another, and another. Not polite applause, but the kind that said, thank you for showing me I'm not alone. Anna stood quietly in the back, watching. And in that moment, she didn't think. About success? Or headlines? Or fame? She thought about that night Keanu found her sitting alone. About the moment, he said. You don't have to smile if you don't feel like it. About the first time she believed again, after the screening. A young girl approached her, no older than 16, trembling hands. Soft voice. Thank you, she said. I thought no one else ever felt that lost. Anna took her hand and smiled. You're not alone, she said. You never were. The film never made $100 million. It didn't break box office records, but it did something bigger. It was passed around quietly, from one friend to another, from a mother to her daughter, from a man to the friend he never knew was hurting, and slowly, word spread. A film that feels like someone holding your hand in the dark. Anna's most honest work yet. A quiet masterpiece. Anna and Keanu sat together weeks later, watching the final version in a small private room. This is everything I was afraid to say, she whispered. And now it's helping people, he replied. She turned to him. You saved me, she said. Keanu shook his head. No, he said softly. You saved yourself. I just reminded you where to start. Anna smiled through her tears. What now? Keanu reached into his coat and pulled out the little notebook he had given her. Now, he said, we write the next one.